Hey guys, what's up? Grimmission Sam back with another video, and today we have another Tennessee Titans franchise episode. Now I know I'm a little bit behind. I definitely didn't want to be this far behind because the Titans and the Colts actually just played this last Sunday. I'm hoping to get some more videos out, hopefully finish this season, hopefully within the next week or so, and move on to the off season. But let's get things started. So after beating the Carolina Panthers 45-24 last week, having a really good game, bouncing back, we are still the third seed, which is kind of a problem. 17 for 27, 300 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 3 sacks, 4 carries, 48 yards for Will Levis. He played phenomenally. He's going to continue to be our starter. So let's hop in and get things going. Let's take a look at the players ready to negotiate. We are looking here. Tier Tart, Aziz Al-Shaair are two of the big names here. I do want to bring back a couple of guys as well. Guys that want to stay here are, of course, guys that I do want to bring back, of course. A guy like, for example, Josh Thompson has been a pretty good player for us. He doesn't technically want to be here, but we are going to try to bring him back. Aaron Brewer could also be a very good option with him being cheap and a good backup center going forward at that young age of 25. We have plenty of players that we do need to bring back. We got plenty of cap room. And we should have even more cap room going into the next offseason once we do get most of the cap off the books. Weekly strategy, not a whole ton has changed. We are going to be defending the outside run. I think outside run is just harder to defend in terms of defense. And then we are going to be throwing the ball medium. I like throwing the ball medium. It doesn't force the pocket to degrade faster. These are the people we are going with in terms of the focus players. These are guys that I want to upgrade. Of course, some of them don't have star, which does kind of suck. But we still need to get those guys, XP, so we are going to put them in there. Will Levis, Treylon Burks, Rodney McCreary, Tajay Spears, Chig, and Peter Skoronski are all guys of the future that do need the focus XP. If I get any dev traits, I'll show you guys, but for now, I will see you guys when we get back to the main menu and before we start the game. Okay, let's get things started. We're just going to hop into the game. Nothing really happened. Training went as scheduled. Caleb Farley on the year, 23 tackles, 9 picks, 3 touchdowns. So every third pick he catches, he takes back to the house, which is pretty incredible, all things considered. I don't remember if the Titans were anything special this recent weekend against the Colts, so we're just going to rock the normal jerseys. First, for some reason, I thought Mark Sanchez was on the Colts. No, that's Rigoberto Sanchez, the punter. I'm a dumbass, apparently. That's crazy. My first thought when seeing Sanchez was like, oh, Mark Sanchez is in Madden 24? Really? I'm like, I don't think he's been on a team since like 2020. Like the last team I remember him being on was the Bears. So I was just like, that's weird. Anthony Richardson not injured in this universe, so he is going to be suiting up today for the Colts. Of course, Will Levis is getting the start. We did trade away Derrick Henry. If you're new to this franchise, we did trade away Ryan Tannehill as well. Derrick Henry is with the Rams trying to win a Super Bowl, and Ryan Tannehill is trying to help the Patriots as best as possible be a more stable QB set franchise. Anthony Richardson so far this season, 2,480 yards, 16 touchdowns, 16 picks. Not a great season for him, especially being only in week 13, 16 picks already. Not great. If he didn't have so many picks, it would be a decent season for him. But Jonathan Taylor on the ground here, and Arden Key just going the wrong way. I know you're an edge rusher and you were standing up there, but you need to be better there. That is just something that cannot happen. 18 rushes, 161 yards, 3 touchdowns. Was that 3 touchdowns or was that 2 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor last week? So he's looking to build on his most recent success. Little quick hit here for Mo Alley Cox. 2 yards, picks up the first. No, that's Jelani Woods. Sorry, in Madden, they just look so similar. So, it's hard to tell them apart. Oh, yeah, they have a small tight end, if I remember correctly. I think it's Irv Smith. So it's kind of be weird going up against him. Braden Smith, the right tackle, goes down. I don't think he's played most of the season for the Colts. I don't watch a whole ton of Colts games. They're just not an interesting team since Anthony Richardson went down. So I just don't watch them as much. They just don't have the star power right now for me to be wanting to watch them. I think there's more interesting teams. Jeffrey Simmons comes up with the sack, 3rd and 11 now. Yeah, we need our defensive line to get going just a little bit. Chris Harris out there on this 3rd down and 11. He's played well in his limited role so far. And just behind Aziz, Michael Pittman there with the catch. I was thinking maybe I should drop back a little bit more, cover this middle a little greater, and it just didn't really happen. And some people have asked, why I haven't showed any of the scouting yet. I don't feel like showing the scouting until later. I don't even personally do a lot of scouting until basically the off season, because I don't want to get my hopes up on certain players and then not be able to go get them because of draft picks or, vice versa. And so I just don't really do a whole ton of scouting. I know some people like doing their scouting right away and getting, notable guys on, but I just don't like having to go through and then resort through the guys and, take guys off. I'd rather just do it at the end, get my guys ready to go for the ones that I, want. 3rd and 12 here. We're going to actually hop on an edge rusher. They're throwing a screen pass, trying to get out there with Osai. He does finally get out there, make the tackle at least. Holds them to a 4th down. There is a penalty, though, offsides. Damn, that's tough. I guess I moved Elijah Molden up too much, so they're going to have 3rd and 7. They're going to get another chance at this 3rd down here. That kind of sucks. I made a mistake there. That's on me. I'm going to accept that, If it's on me, I'm willing to accept it. And there, they just dump it off underneath and nothing going there. Shair right there with Jonathan Taylor forcing the completion, but out of bounds. I don't know why it told me to run a defense if they're going to be kicking a field goal. I don't know. Maybe they thought they were going to fake it. I don't really know why coaching suggestions had me do that. But 3-0 Colts opening drive. 600 yards for Will Levis. 5 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's played well in limited time. Gonna have to continue to see if he can develop into this franchise guy. 1st and 10. Gonna hit Chig here on this corner, see if he can go up and win it, and he does against the safety. 32 is that. I forget who that is. Colts have had a lot of different safeties. I think it's McLeod or something. McLeod? Something along that line. Gonna run away from DeForest Buckner here. Try to, at least. We're not going to get really anything going there. 1-yard rush for Tajay Spears. Is he down with injury, or is he just getting up slowly? Looks like he was just down slowly, getting up. 2nd and 11 now. I tried to bounce it, and it just didn't want, and Spears just didn't want to go. That's annoying. 2 rushes, -1 yards. We got to go to the air here. I don't want to run 4 verts just quite yet. I don't think that's something that we should be running this early in the game. Let's try to get something spread out, though. 0 smash here. Phillips on this corner could be interesting, as well as D-Hop. He does have what looks to be Kenny Moore on him. Looks like zone. It is zone. Take off and run. Will Levis sliding down, 9-yard rush there. We're going to go back to the line, see if we can maybe get them to jump. I don't really want to run this screenplay. Let's see if we can get them in a bad situation here. Do we think Treylon Burks could win his route? Possibly, but just trying to get somebody to jump. Let's see if D-Hop, if he hits this curl right away, he could be open. Yeah, we're going. Chig. The ball is floated and knocked away. I don't know why that's floated. I didn't lob it, so it should have been floated, but we give them excellent field position. Look, I'm an aggressive person. I'm going to go for these plays. I'm not going to sit around and let stuff happen. Monty Rice just can't get back far enough, and Michael Pittman, good diving catch there. Anthony Richardson, 5 for 5, 52 yards. This is the second time these quarterbacks have met. Will Levis had a start, or at least came in at some point. I don't remember if it was because he started. No, it couldn't have been he started, because he started, and Irv Smith. End zone, touchdown, Irv Smith, such a small tight end in Madden. I'll continue to talk about this most recent matchup. Out to the 21-yard line this time, so a little bit better field position. And like I was saying, Will Levis, I think, came in and actually had to replace Malik Willis because he was playing bad last time we played the Colts. So, second time, Will Levis and Anthony Richardson going against each other. Treylon Burks underneath. Got to get these receivers more involved. Especially spreading the rock a little bit more besides just DeAndre Hopkins. I think is definitely something we need to look towards and should be a goal of ours going forward. 2nd and 4 here now at the 27. Dropping back to pass. Kyle Phillips one-on-one with Shaq Leonard. He just burns him even though it's only 88 speed. Kyle Phillips Down the sideline. Touchdown. Kyle Phillips. I noticed that wheel route. I was like, who the fuck is sitting on top of Phillips? He looks kind of big. And it's Shaq Leonard. He just can't keep up. Touchdown, Kyle Phillips. Good throw there by Will Levis as well. Okay. After a 1-yard rush there from Jonathan Taylor, we're going to be 2nd and 9 now, not at the 19-yard line. For some reason, I just realized I fucking am recording. Like, I just, zoned out. 2nd and 9 here. They're going to go back to pass. Richardson rolling, finding Irv Smith. Monty Hooker pushing him out after a 4-yard completion. 3rd and 5 now. If they pick this up on this down, I think I'm going to have to start sending some pressure to get towards Anthony Richardson. Caleb Farley misses. Aziz not fast enough. And there's Kevin Byard finally. 32-yard rush there for Anthony Richardson. Showing like his real-life counterpart, in the limited time he was playing at least. People forget how good Anthony Richardson was, in my opinion, before he went down with that injury. He was looking really fantastic. And there, Joseph Asai with a sack. Joseph Asai. Like I said, I'll keep around guys that have lower overalls if they just play well. I'm not going to get rid of guys just because they have a low overall. I'm not going to replace them. That's just something I don't want to do. And there's Aziz with a sack. 3rd and 24 now. We can play back. We can hopefully stop this offense and pick up where we started on this offense. Just trying to get going. Okay, Harold Landry just get in there. Sack. Nope, he fucking falls forward. So that's unfortunate for Harold Landry there. But, it is what it is. I couldn't quite get there. 4th and 24, end of the quarter now. They have played pretty well. I mean, they got good field position from a not a great play call by me. So, you win some, you lose some, but we got to play better. It's just as simple as that. They're going to punt the ball away here on 4th and 24. Hopefully Stevenson can get something going on this punt return. And this is something I've noticed a lot on punt returns this year as we take over at the 29-yard line is you just got to kind of, especially on punt returns, there's not as many big play opportunities, not as many touchdown opportunities, but there's plenty of times where you can get good yardage on punt returns and put yourself in good field position. And I think that's something that I've slowly realized. In my Broncos franchise, you should see the kick returner I have. He's a freakishly athletic dude. He has good kick return stats, and he has, I think it's 8 kick returns going into this midway through his second year. So, he's played phenomenally. And it's not like I'm cheesing it or found a certain way. It's just me running, finding a little hole, and then snapping to it and going. Rushing just not getting going here, and the running unit is a big part of this offense, and I need to get it going. 2nd and 10 here, 8 minutes remaining. Find the hole, and there is Tajay Spears picking up 4 rushes, 3 yards. Not particularly how I was imagining that going. 3rd and 6 here. We call a draw, but I'm gonna get out of it. Actually, it could work if this linebacker stays close to this line. We could easily get over to him. Saylor's just going to need to pick up his block. Spears there, 1st down. You can't be afraid to run those type of plays, right? A draw isn't going to give me the best odds of making the 1st down, but when you have the man advantage, I think you have to try it. Gonna run towards DeForest Buckner. I've said it before. Sometimes running towards the X factor is always better than running away from it. Because at least when you're running towards it, you have the opportunity where your O-line might actually double team him and you get up to that 2nd level. Whereas if you're running away, he's more than likely going to be left in a one-on-one situation. And if he has the certain, superstar abilities, he's going to easily shed and fuck your mouth. So, Traylon Burks underneath, picking up big yardage here. 1st and 10 now down at their 29-yard line, marching inside their territory. Going to go P.A. Reed here. Had the chance to do this earlier. Ooh, nobody's on top of Okonkwo. See. No, I think that's just too risky of a ball. We're going to throw it to Burks, though. He catches, breaks the tackle. Almost. Eric Rowe there. Former Panther and Dolphin and Patriot, if I am correct. First and goal here at the 2. Could run this ball if we do see a lane, but right now we're going to go 5 wide. Nothing really getting open. DeForest getting through. Will Levis stiff arm and into the end zone, touchdown. Will Levis rushing touchdown. He's eating the corn on the cob. A really good return by Ashton Doolin sets up the Colts in good field position. 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Just 2 missed tackles. Didn't go our way, and they're going to start off in, like I said, very good field position here. And bring Buddy Johnson down. We're going to get him engaged right away, and they just run right at him. Jonathan Taylor still up. Finally brought down. 6-yard rush there. 4 for 20. 5-yard carry. Well, 5 yards an average on carries. So, God, I just cannot talk today, apparently. 2nd and 4 now. And they just run a halfback dive up the middle, and our defensive line just nowhere to be found here. Not creating any type of push. We are losing this trench battle right now. 1st and 10. Chris Harris is going to be on Jonathan Taylor. They're going to run a halfback inside zone, and Quentin Nelson just kicks out Shair. Gets all the way up to the 3rd level. 6 for 36. Yeah, we got to slow this down. I don't know why coaching suggests would have me call a play with only 3 down linemen when they've been running the ball efficiently, too. 1st and 10 here. Dropping back to pass, finding the slant. Isaiah McKenzie, 8 for 8, 83 yards as Anthony Richardson and a touchdown. There's not much we've been able to do to get this offense going in the wrong direction besides sacks. That's the only thing that has been successful so far for us. So, gotta send more pressure, we will. Michael Pittman was open. But Anthony Richardson said, I want this touchdown for myself. Can't quite get there. Down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal here. Yeah, they're running the football. Which way are they running it, though? We're going to go left. Did we guess correctly? No, they go right. And Jonathan Taylor just breaks arm tackles. Shair gets blocked just enough, and Taylor into the end zone. Virtually untouched. 1st and 10, taking over at our own 23. I want to get this run game going just a little bit more. I'm going to motion Chig over. Try to get him help. Nothing going. These linebackers are fast, too, for the most part, so they should be able to keep up pretty well with us. I don't know what I really want to run here. I don't really want to run these curls. I'm going to anyway. 2nd and 8. Step up in the pocket, take off, run, gets tripped up. Just a couple yards there. 3rd and 4 now. Let's go with this RPO bubble read. If this end comes, then we hold it and see if that corner comes. If that corner comes, dump it to Phillips. No, they wait. Spears breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, gets the 1st down, 8 for 24. That's getting back on the correct track. Only 3 yards to carry right now, but still that good play by him. Breaking a couple tackles, getting the 1st down. 2-minute warning here in the 2nd quarter. Good game so far. The defense just needs to step up just a little bit more than what it currently is. This is zone. D-Hop could be one-on-one. If they play a cover 2, Treylon Burks could be running free in the middle of this field. No, they somehow lock him up in man, or somebody had a coverage. I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm thinking like, oh, Will Levis will be able to throw this over his head, and he'll be able to run underneath of it, because I see the 2 safeties split to the outside parts of the field, and no, that's not how it runs, apparently. D-Hop underneath. I thought Shaq was going to drop with Chig, and so I let it rip a little early. Probably not my best decision there. Going to bring Spears on an underneath route. I need something coming across here. Spears, catch, run, nothing going there. 4th and 4 now. Colts will elect to call a timeout. I kind of want to see if I could go for this right now. It just makes more sense for me to go for it. Try to get something. Force Indianapolis into a bad situation here. Could be the way to go. Burks underneath could be good. Let's get Spears on a zig route, see what will happen with that. But then Phillips coming back across. If this linebacker gets occupied, could be open. Will Levis scramble, run, first down, and more. Just hold on to the football, please. 1:15 remain. We're going to hurry back to this line. Drive wheel here. See what's going here. And DeForest Buckner there with a sack. Going to call a timeout. We're going to get reset. Let's see what we can hit here. Get a different look out of this offense. Let's go A3 halfback choice here. Burks on this quick out could be it. Hopkins as well. Depending on what they're running as well, Phillips on that wheel could occupy. No, they run with the wheel, so Burks, sideline. Did he get out of bounds? Yeah, the clock isn't moving. 1st and 10 now. You know, Will Levis hasn't been perfect, but he's played just fine enough. Well, not even fine. He's played great. It's just Anthony Richardson has been perfect. Not really taking any chances with his balls. Burks, one-on-one opportunity. Goes up and makes the play on Julius Brent. Treylon Burks having himself a game. He heard my smack talk in one of the last couple videos and decided to put that shit to rest. Gonna go with a dime look here on 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. I'm also gonna hop on one of these D linemen, try to get some extra pressure added. Chris Harris just gets burned by Irv Smith, and Irv Smith already getting them into good field position up to the 48-yard line. I didn't even tell him to play underneath. I played him. Let's have everybody play. Okay, I didn't get a chance to switch there. Jonathan Taylor just burns Shire. We got to go to the zone here if we can't fucking keep up. Jesus, this Colts offense is just relentless. Their passing unit is just good enough. Tierra Tart gets home with a little stunt there from Harold Landry. Frees up Tierra Tart just enough. Forces, I think, the first incompletion of the day for Anthony Richardson, which is insane to say, you know, being in this second quarter. Steps up. Hit Anthony Richardson. Hit him. Just fucking knock his bitch ass out. Not really. He's not a bitch. I'm just saying shit, you know, heat of the moment. They don't call a timeout. They are going for the touchdown, and it's going to be a sack, but they have a second left. No. Jeffrey Simmons gets a sack, but with a second left, they are able to call a timeout, and they will make it a one-score game, or 1-point game. So yeah, going into the half, up 21-20. They played that drive phenomenally. 58 rushing yards for us, 102 for them. 101 passing yards for them, 194 for us. Good game going into the half. Marquez Stevenson gets us up to the 30-yard line, and Treylon Burks in this offense, 101 yards for Treylon Burks. He has played phenomenally well. He has stepped up in today's game. Hopefully, if we keep him going, hopefully it will result in a dev trait challenge going into next week. That's something we could wish for. 1st and 10, going to hand off Spears here. Finds a hole. Picks up 4 after Grover Stewart hops on his back and pushes him forward for 4. He probably would have been stopped for 2 there if he didn't do that. Going to try to run away from DeForest Buckner here. I'm just hoping Hainsey gets just enough of him to hold him back for just a second. Doesn't even try to go for him. And Tajay Spears, I tell you what, he is a phenomenal runner. Just not being helped out really much by this offensive line here today. 1st and 10, 42-yard line. Going to motion in Burks, get him going on this little crossing route. Nothing really going. Will Levis scrambling. He's still going. Will Levis sneakily athletic. I don't remember exactly how much speed he has, but whatever he has, it feels a little bit faster than what it's rating him at. I'm telling you, I don't feel slow, and he's not like particularly rated fast either. He's not like rated like 87 speed. I'm pretty sure he's low 80s, if not 80. 80, 83 maybe, somewhere in that range, which is still very athletic for the NFL. Don't get me wrong. It's not slow by any means, but definitely just feels faster than what, you know, even Madden's putting out there. Treylon Burks, no, doesn't catch it. I'm actually going to replay here and bring you guys with me. Let's go see how close this play actually was. I had to go for the aggressive catch just to try to force this corner to make a play on me or the ball. Oh, yeah, that's out. Yeah, that sucks. Just couldn't quite get that second foot down. I don't know how much, if Madden would have counted it, if he would have gotten that heel down first and then went toes, because it's not technically his full foot. But it was a good play, just not executed properly. And that's not on Treylon Burks either. The ball could have been thrown better. Maybe it wouldn't have been as high, something along that line. D-Hop 1-on-1 here goes up. Julius Brents, though, at 6'4", and I think he had a pretty ridiculous wingspan, if I remember correctly, in the combine. Apparently, this is too far for the kicker. So, 52 yards. Do we really want to go up 3? 4 technically, or do we make the decision, to go for it, pick up the first, and continue our drive just a little bit? Fuck. We're running out of time. I'm going to have to call a timeout either way. I don't want to lose yard if we do decide to go with the... I want to go with this. I just don't know how well it's going to work. I'm going to run it anyway. Fuck it. Hassan Haskins isn't in the right place. And I can't call a timeout because... Are you fucking kidding me? See... People want to sit here and complain about me complaining about Madden when I can't call a different play. I can't motion anybody because there's a motion involved in the play. I can't fake hike to get a false start. I can't call a timeout because I just called one. Whatever. Fuck this game, dude. It gets frustrating when the game doesn't work properly and screws you out of opportunities. And now it wants me to punt because I'm too far back to fucking go for it. I don't think Trey Wolf can hit from here. Gonna try it anyway. Wind's kind of pushing the ball to our end zones. Off the upright, I push it too far. That's bad on me. Trey Wolf would have hit that. That's tough. It's tough. Madden screws us out of the opportunity of even trying to go for it, which sucks. 1st and 10 at our own 47 for the Colts. That's tough. It is. It really is. But I guess I probably shouldn't have called that timeout, or I should have made up my mind sooner of what I wanted to do. 2nd and 8 now here. Richardson in shotgun. Trips left tight. Gonna apparently call an audible here. He doesn't like what he's seeing here from us. Dropping it off to Irv Smith, and Caleb Farley can't come up with the tackle, and then Shair just lets him fall forward after he goes for a hit stick, but not really a big boom there. Irv Smith, I think last time he fucked us too, so not surprising here. Trying to user control Jeffrey Simmons, and he just gets washed down with a double team. 1st and 10 now after an Anthony Richardson rush. Kevin Byard was the only guy over on that side. Had to come up with the tackle. Elijah Molden got fucking pancaked, by the way, by Quentin Nelson, if you guys didn't see it. Got absolutely demolished. And then Monty Rice gets washed down by the tackle. Luckily, McCreary there to make the stop. 6 rushes, 81 yards for Richardson. So even though Will Levis is having a good game on the ground, Anthony Richardson's just having a better one. Bring Hooker down. Let him have a chance. Harold Landry can't come up with the tackle, like always. I'm in serious discussions of trading Harold Landry at this point. He's owed a shit ton of money. He isn't progressing. He's becoming older. It doesn't make a whole ton of sense to hold on to him, is all I'm saying. Especially with the product level that he's giving us currently. I can't justify paying him that much money for what he's produced so far this year. In other franchises, I've traded dudes off for a lot less than what he is, doing. Or not doing, I guess, is the real thing there. Kevin Byard goes over, makes the stop. And Joseph Asai, our leading sack player, goes down. Arden Key will step back up. Arden Key has played well, don't get me wrong, but it's tough. when, the players that are playing well can't stay on the field and the players that aren't playing well are continuously on the field, not really making plays. Chris Harris gets burnt to the inside. Josh Downs, touchdown. They're going to go up 6. I would assume they will go for 2. Yeah, it's a smart move. Analytics probably say go for 2. They're going to go for it here. Got edge rushers in coverage, so this isn't going to be good. And they run the ball anyway, but Jeffrey Simmons finally makes a play. I mean, not finally. He has 2 sacks on the day. Granted, one of them led to, the Colts getting a field goal. If he would have just held him up for a second longer, could have held him to less. But Marquez Stevenson, since we're already talking, may as well just finish out this kick return. Gets up to the 21-yard line. I don't know if I'm just spoiled with what I have in my Broncos franchise, but Marquez Stevenson just can't get it going right now. I know he recently had a kick return, but still. Gonna go curls here. 1st and 10, 21-yard line. Chig right away could be open. I don't know why my camera looks weird. There we go. Chig open right away. Get him involved. 10 for 14, 218, 2 touchdowns. Like I said, not having a bad day. Well, not even having, he's having a good day. It's just everything else. Anthony Richardson's just playing so great right now. It's hard to really compare the two. Spears in the flats, get him going. 1st down and more. He keeps churning them legs. I tell you what, Spears should be a feature of this franchise for years to come. He's a rookie. He's on a rookie deal. He's played well. He continues to break tackles. He should easily be a star of this franchise for a very, very long time. Chig goes down, injury there. Looks like ankle related. That's not good for us. Josh Wiley, I do like, but then we're going to have to lean on guys like Trevon Wesco and Josiah DeGuara as our second tight end. And they're not particularly great. Burks comes back to the ball, but Kenny Moore gets the break up there. 2nd and 10 now. Dislocated ankle. Yeah, he's going to be out for a while, I would assume. Depending on how long he is out, we may have to look to put him on IR for the rest of the season. Josh Wiley underneath should have an opportunity here. Take off and run with Will Levis again. 7 for 54 and a touchdown. Will Levis. Maybe it's because he doesn't have as much speed. Maybe I'm not running into stuff as much. It could be a possibility. I'm not saying that's the reason, but that could be a very big possibility. If you don't have too much speed, you're not running into certain situations. You're slowing down. You're able to make a move instead of, just running straight and then somebody sticking out their arm and clobbering you. Could be a reasoning, or an explanation of why it seems like he's rushing better than Malik Willis, but I'm not going to say that's the main reason. Switch up their coverage here. Kyle Phillips underneath. Hold on to the football more than anything. Jesus. Good play by Phillips. I would have been fine with him just saying, hey, that's not a me ball right there and letting that one go, but he wanted to prove a point there, and he did. 2nd and 7 now. We're going to keep DeGuara in to block, help out this edge, let Will Levis get there. Just doesn't help out Spears. 4 yards there. Good off-balance throw by Levis. He has played phenomenally well. I thought I was playing well with Malik Willis. He's playing phenomenally well. Send Burks on a fade. I'm not going to throw it to him, but send him on a fade. D-Hop just overthrown just a little bit. Will Levis's first, I think, bad ball that we've had. Not a great ball there from him. 3 points gets us within 2, but then that doesn't really help us out going forward. We are down 5 currently. I'm going to go for it. 4th and 3 here. Spears on this Texas route could be pretty dangerous. We can always look to scramble as well. Double up. Double up to Forrest. Open lane. Will Levis, 2nd rushing touchdown on the day for Will Levis. They're going to open up those run lanes and not really have a QB spy. I'm going to take advantage. Going to go for 2 here. Analytics say it's the way to go. I'm going to bring out that Wildcat formation. Hopefully it doesn't screw me over this time. Jet touch pass. with this many D linemen in the middle of the field, Jack Driscoll should be able to get out onto this edge. Will Levis, you just got to throw some type of a block, buddy. Oh, and Jack Driscoll seals the edge in for Tajay Spears. 2-point conversion is good. Going up 3, 29-26 late. And 3 targets, 1 reception, 7 yards, and a touchdown for Josh Downs. Not a particularly great day for him. It's been a lot of Irv Smith and a lot of Anthony Richardson. 1st and 10 at their 25. Play action fake. Irv Smith across the middle. He had Jonathan Taylor underneath as well. 14 of 16. There's not a whole ton of stop in this offense right now. Man coverage, we're getting beat. Zone coverage, they're picking us apart. There's not a whole ton I can do currently at the moment. I just don't think this defense is in a state where they can really look to be competitive a lot of the time. When the edge rushers aren't getting home, the linebackers aren't particularly great. There's not a whole ton of opportunity for us to be a successful defense. And it doesn't really help that the back end is just so young and so youthful and hasn't had a whole ton of opportunity in the NFL. Roger McCreary gets burnt by Michael Pittman. I mean, that's just what it is, A good receiver just beating a good corner, in my opinion. Yeah, that's tragic. End of the third quarter here. We are throwing the ball with proficiency here as well. We're coming back in the rushing department as well. 119 for us compared to their 135, 136. I saw 1-3 and I didn't see the last number. I think it was 1-3 or 1-6. Well, 136 or 135. So 1st and 10 here at the 11 for them. Going to drop back to pass. Elijah Molden, good coverage there. Well, not great coverage, but good knockaway there at the end. That's what we want to see. You don't have to play the most perfect coverage. I just need you to, be where the ball is. If your guy gets thrown at, you need to be able to make up, a play. I'm not saying you have to pick it and return it for 6, but you got to at least try to make a play, in my opinion. 9 for 102 from Irv. Like I said, I think last time he fucked us as well. So, not surprising here. And just, I don't know where the fuck Caleb Farley's at. He's in the corner of the end zone for no reason. McKenzie just sitting on that curl. They go up 33-29. Colts have a lot of speed at their backup linebacker spots, and it's showing. It's showing. They're getting down that field pretty fast. Marquez Stevenson not really having a chance to return those balls. Gonna run towards DeForest Buckner just a little bit. Tight ends try to push out, but I was trying to get outside just a little bit more to get a little bit of an edge, but nothing going. You go PAY drag wheel. Keep Wesco in. I don't want to see him out on a route. I'd rather see him take that edge off. And just sack there. When I keep a guy in and he doesn't block, it's not going to help. I'm going to put that out there. It's not going to help if he doesn't, fucking do his job. 3rd and 10 here. Wiley could be open. Nope. Drop back into zone. Oh, and that's thrown directly towards Shaq Leonard. That ball was not a good ball. I didn't think he was going to drop that far, and I thought the ball was going to be layered a little bit better. That's not on Will Levis. It's not. It's on me. I saw him sitting there too. It was more of I think I can beat him with this ball than anything else. It's, the joke that I always thought was funny was, if you guys have ever heard like Shane Gillis, and he's like, oh, Tony Romo's an awesome commentator, and he's like, it just shows how bad Tony Romo is, that he knew exactly what the defense was doing, but still tried it anyway and would lose sometimes. Oh, I know exactly where this linebacker's going. I'm not trying to fit it. Oh, no, you got it. Okay. That he makes it funnier, but seeing the defense and then doing something because you think you can beat them, and then it ultimately failing is kind of, it's tragic. It is. Shouldn't have tried it. I did, and it didn't work out. That's all that really matters. Monty Rice not coming up with the tackle. Jonathan Taylor picking up 3 there. 10 for 58. Slowed him down a little bit, but at what cost? I think it really opened up the lane for Anthony Richardson more than anything else. So we slowed him down, but like I said, at what cost? He's going to run the ball again. Shair tries to get there. He bounces it back inside. 4th and 5 now. I would assume they wouldn't go for it here. I would assume they would just go up 7 with 6:30 remaining. Put our offense on notice. And they'll probably have full momentum, which I don't understand how. I know they get a pick and then they get a touchdown, a pick, and then a field goal. But, it's still a close game. It's not like momentum's completely swung back in their direction, I don't think we've had full momentum once, even on one of those a couple drives near the end of the half where we were going up, major points. So, yeah, out to the 23. If they kick it deep enough, we just got to let those bounce, I think, at this point. Marquez Stevenson's just not getting anything going on the kickoff returns. 1st and 10, we're going to run to Wesco's side because he should be a better run blocker. Just nothing going there. Spears still fighting, though. Gets 5. Going to go back to this formation. Going to run it. Nope. Oop. Wrong motherfucker. Keep Wesco in. See if he'll actually block this time. Treylon Burks, catch, run. Gets tackled down by Brents. 15 of 22. Good game from Will Levis. Like I said, I'll take the pick. That's my fault. That's not him. I just thought I could throw a better ball than what actually happened, and, we saw the consequences of that. So it looks like, we're going to continue with this run game. I'm not telling Wesco to go out. Why is he going out? Come back in. Thank you. Snap the football. Spears meets Speed. I think that's Speed. I think Speed wears 48, if I remember correctly. Not a whole ton there. 2nd and 8 now. I'm going to go with this 0-1 trap. I don't want to trap DeForest, though. I'd rather trap Grover Stewart. I think that would work out a little bit better than trapping DeForest Buckner. But either way, DeForest Buckner is probably going to blow up this play, but we're going to give it a chance at least. Yeah, just nothing really going. Just this D-line's very good. 16 for 70 for Spears. Like I said, this line's just good. And it's understandable. We're going to get stopped some days on the run game. I can't always, rely on that completely. Burks underneath again, catch and run. They're letting us have this underneath route. So we're going to take advantage of it. I'm not just going to go away from it just because. Josh Wiley here, if it's zone, should be open on this little curl. No, they cover it up. Just throw it away, Levis. Gets the ball out. You got to make those plays. Sometimes you can't take sacks. And, I'm trying to play this as realistically as possible. So I'm going to take those plays when I have to. Send Spears out on a bubble. Keep Wesco in. Like I said, he's supposed to be a better blocker. He's supposed to be that blocking guy for us. So, Spears underneath. Catch, run. Gets 9. Makes it a really manageable 3rd down and 1. Possibly even 4 down territory here. Especially down 7 late in the 4th. Hand this ball off to Forrest Buckner, not on the field, so we're going to have a better opportunity, and barely gets it, but gets shut down almost immediately. We're going to go PAX crosser. See what we have here. Josh Wiley out on that flat, could be open. Nope, they're going to leave Burks open. Burks, catch. Tackled down, though, by Brent. 18 for 26, 311, 2 touchdowns. Can honestly see us. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to keep, send Wesco out to on a little bubble like that. If nothing's open, just throw the ball away. Yeah, nothing's open. I'm not going to test that. I know if I throw that ball and if it's even off target a little bit, that's getting picked to DeGuara. So no point in throwing it. Let's just run power O. If this doesn't work, we can probably go to one of those Wildcat plays and try something out there, but power O here. And Slayer just doesn't see speed. I was trying to get him to engage with speed. Try the touch pass again. Okay, well, I got to call a timeout. That's nice. See if it works this time. Are you fucking kidding me? This is fucking ridiculous. Are you fucking my asshole right now? Utterly ridiculous. Utterly fucking ridiculous. My bad for thinking fucking EA can line up in a fucking simple formation. I know somebody in the fucking comments would be like, oh yeah, it's fucking your fault, big dog. You shouldn't have done that. Play action fake. Third and goal. This is 4 down territory anyway. Nothing going. Throw the ball away. Unfortunate. We can go 5 wide here. We're going to spread everything out. Try to get something. Fuck it. Drive wheel. Let's see what we got. I'm going to send Wiley on a slant instead. Hopkins on a zig. And then Spears on a curl. See what we have. Nothing going. And just sacked. Was going to try to throw something up towards the end zone. Hope somebody could go make a play on it. But didn't even get that opportunity. And we don't have timeout, so because, Madden can't line up in a simple formation, but I know it's my fault because why trust Madden to do, basic level shit? I don't know. And even if we stopped them here on this 2nd and 10, I know they're going to fucking throw the football and I'm going to get pissed. 2nd and 10 now. Going to stop the clock. But they're going to throw the ball here on 3rd and 8. They're going to pick up this first and I'm going to be pissed. Bring Thompson down, put him in the box. Wow, they actually run the football. Can we come up with the stop? We do. Get the ball back with about probably a minute 40. Not a minute 40, minute 10. Yeah, it's not great. We're going to have to look towards the sideline a lot. They've covered it up pretty well. I think a lot of our stuff has been across the middle and underneath, so. Marquez Stevenson at least gets us to the 43, minute 11 left. Will Levis back out on the field. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. Yeah, you could say the defense is at fault for giving up 36. But, EA just not letting me call plays, having to burn 2 timeouts. Also getting pushed out of the, and then, getting pushed basically out of field goal range that one drive. There's not a whole ton you can do when EA fucks you. D-Hop, though, sideline, gets out of bounds, up to the 30, 19 for 29. 338. It's going to be a competition of who gets AFC Player of the Week. I don't think many other quarterbacks will have these type of games going into this week. Phillips, sideline, catches, but still in bounds. 58 seconds. Hurry back to the line. Gonna throw this little slip screen. See if we can get some blockers in front. See if Spears can get something going. We get one blocker. Spears! End zone! Touchdown! Makes a man miss. Gets into the end zone. Tajay Spears. Gets his receiving touchdown eventually, just not how we planned it. But there is still plenty of time left. We saw the Colts go down at the end of the half and end up getting a field goal, so it really comes down to our defense now. 1st and 10 for the Colts, 32 seconds. They have all 3 timeouts too, so it's not like they have 32 seconds and they got to get out of bounds or they got to hurry back to the line. They got 3 timeouts. They can take their time. I'm going to get on a D lineman, hope to create a little bit more pressure. Harold Landry, sack! Oh my God, are they seriously not calling a timeout? Why aren't you calling a timeout? I know that you're not technically down, but you're going to take this game to overtime? Why? Okay, we're going to overtime. Maybe, if we can stop Taylor. Fuck. You have 30 seconds. I don't understand that logic. You have 30 seconds and 3 timeouts. I don't understand that. I really don't. Maybe somebody else can lay it out for me. I don't understand that logic. I really, really don't. I'm having a hard time figuring out that logic. Taking it to overtime. I know they just won the toss, but taking it to overtime when your offense hasn't been stopped all day, you had a drive at the end of the half where you went down and scored in 48 seconds. I think that's smart of a move. But then again, you take it to overtime. Like I said, your offense hasn't really been stopped all day. So if there was ever a time for our defense to come up big, it's now more than ever. Anthony Richardson, tackled down by Caleb Farley. 7 for 96 for Anthony Richardson. I don't know why Shair's trying to hold him down. It's weird. Let's get a penalty, big dog. Bring Hooker down. They're running left. Oh, and Taylor's into the open field. Fuck. Yeah, they're gonna shove it down my fucking throat. They're just gonna pull their hog out and just shove it down my throat, apparently. Bring Hooker down, put him in the box. Molden! God fucking damn it, Molden. Of course, Molden has a chance at one of the only bad balls Richardson has thrown all day and can't come up with a pick. That's crazy. That's fucking ridiculous. It's just unbelievable. It really is. We're really going to lose like that. Molden has a chance at a pick. I tried to jump it with Shair. Apparently I jumped it too much. Trying to force a fumble, just nothing going for us. 1st and 10 at our own 27 for them. I'm going to drop Molden off. He's going to go play man on downs. I don't really need him blitzing. He'd probably just get pancaked by the left tackle anyway. Chris Harris, make the tackle. Does. 2nd and 10. 20 for 24. 3 touchdowns for Richardson. Man, he should have a pick right now. He should have a pick 6. We should have been able to walk that off. Yeah. It's not all Molden. I'm not going to sit here and be one of those fucking weirdo. Hooker! Picked! We're going to have a chance to go win this game. I was just about to say, you can't blame it all on, Molden for not coming up with the pick there. Other things have went wrong all day for us. Gonna have a chance to go win this game. 1st and 10 here at our own 20. Play action fake. Stepping up in the pocket, but Nicholas Petit-Fier doesn't want to fucking block. Bro, I'll bench your ass again. I don't care. I'll bring fucking Raduns back in, or Radins back in if I have to. 2nd and 14 now. I know it's weird calling a, play action fake on 1st down and Kyle Phillips just can't get to that slot. It's not a bad ball either. I don't think it was. I'm going to go look at it real quick just to make sure. I don't think it's a bad ball. I just don't think Phillips gets there. Granted, you can easily lay out for this. You could try to make a play. He doesn't even try. Unfortunate. Spears. Nobody's on top of him. Nobody's on top of Spears. They go right away. And they send 6. Get home. Well, Colts, if they get into field goal range, it's over. So, possibly a bad play call by me, and then Phillips not making a play because receivers in this game just can't catch. And then, not adjusting protection there probably screwed us a little bit, but like I said, it's not on one person. It could mainly be on me. I'm willing to accept a good chunk of the blame for today's game. I'm willing to. I really am. But, EA screwing us over on those 2 drives really sucks. And then just, offense falling apart at the wrong times. They got a shit ton of, momentum in their direction. Well, we lost a shit ton of momentum when we had to punt that ball away, and yeah. But them being down here, we're just going to send pressure. If they beat us, they beat us. But if we don't send pressure and push them back, they're going to have an easy field goal. So there's no reason not to send pressure. 19 for 123 after holding him to, 14 for 56 earlier. Yeah, 2nd and 9 here. They're gonna line up for a field goal. I don't know if they'll drop out of it now that we're trying to ice them, but 36-36 here in overtime, and they're going to go ahead and kick this field goal and walk out of here with victory and maintain an even bigger lead on the division. I think they're top of the division right now. I think they're 8-4. They're 8-3. They're now 9-3, and we will still maintain that 3rd spot in the division. With a good chunk of games coming up, we're still, I think last time we looked, we were the 7th seed, but man, some of these defeats have been real tough. Real tough. Like I said, nobody particularly played bad. You could blame the defense for letting up 36, but that's been a common theme all year. It's just something that goes on with Madden. Madden just, you're allowed to score way too many points. I've seen people put the quarter lengths down to 6-7 minutes, and the CPU still putting up 30, 40, 50 a game. So, like I said, not one person to really blame here. Will Levis played good. The pick sucks. Elijah Molden dropping that one pick that could have been a pick six. But then Amani Hooker gave us a chance, and we just didn't capitalize. I think that's some of the major reasons right there. And then Anthony Richardson just playing phenomenally, and that run unit, Jesus, for the Colts. That two-headed monster of being able to run a read option, and Richardson can take it to 80, or Jonathan Taylor can take it to 80. It's really hard to stop a run unit when you have two guys that can run the ball very efficiently. But I'm going to get some screenshots and stuff like that for thumbnails, and I'll see you guys back at the main menu. So we got a couple things to take care of here. We do have an upgrade point. It is for Treylon Burks. Not going to take care of that right now. But we do have a new injury. It is for Chig. Yeah, he's out 5 weeks. It really comes down to if we think we're going to make the playoffs. That's one of the biggest things right now, is keeping him around. The rest of the guys that I've put on injured reserve is because they're second or third stringers or replaceable level players, right? Chig, I would like to keep around, but like I said, it really comes down to if we think we'll make the playoffs. And currently, standing at the moment, we are the 7th seed. So we're going to go ahead and sim a week, and then we'll come back to this moment and see if we're still the 7th seed. If we aren't, then there could be a possibility that we do put Chig on injured reserve, effectively ending his season. Of course, it will end his season. Madden doesn't have IR rules correct, so it will end his season. But it will be the best thing for the team if we aren't making the playoffs to begin with. We do have a couple things to take care of in the next video, which look fun. We have a breakout D lineman, a breakout receiver, weekly strategy, upgrading players. Of course, players ready to negotiate. Weekly awards we are going to check out this week. We did end up getting Will Levis into the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. 21 for 33, 368, 3 touchdowns, 4 sacks, 8 carries, 62 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So 5 total touchdowns and over 400 total yards. I wonder what the voting would be if between him and Anthony Richardson after last week. I think would be one of the cool things to see, and I think something that Madden should add that I don't think would take up too much. So looking at the playoffs, we are taking on the 5-7 Dolphins. We still are in the 7th seed, so taking a look ahead, we have So we're in week 14. Let me go to schedule. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if we make the playoffs, Chig could be back for the playoffs. But then it would leave us lacking at a position that maybe we don't value as much. Whether it's a wide receiver, whether it's a running back, whether it's a cornerback for special teams, a defensive lineman, something like that. We could easily get rid of somebody and possibly bring in another tight end, of course. I don't think Wesco is really the option. Josh Wiley will move up to the number 1. And then we could bring in somebody else to help out Josiah DeGuara as well as Josh Wiley. And the tight end room is just going to be really weak going forward. I don't know. I'll make the decision by next episode. That is something that we will carry on from this video. But like I said, we have a lot of stuff to take care of in the next video. Looking up, we are 3rd in the division, which is tough, but still making the playoffs is pretty good going forward. 7-5, going to be taking on the 5-7 Dolphins. The Dolphins should be a terrible matchup for us. They have speed all over the place, unlike us. And it should be a fun game. They looked solid. They look solid enough. 5-7. I don't know how they're 5-7, but they are. But that means, guys, if you guys enjoy this video or any other videos like this here on my channel, if you guys like my roster update guides, my Titans franchise, my rebuilds, whatever, my Bears content, anything, I'd appreciate it if you guys stick around and subscribe. I know I don't say this enough, but I appreciate the support that you guys have given me throughout this last year or so, with more content coming out than I think ever produced, which is great to see. Like I said, I appreciate you guys. Please stick around and subscribe if you guys are new or you guys do want to see more content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.